What's going on, guys? Krusty K's here. We are back. The MLB postseason is upon us. Game 1 of the Wild Card Series. We're going to talk about it. So the first one, this is the day game, first game of the Wild Card slate. Tigers taking on the Houston Astros. Tariq Skubal versus Framber Valdez. I'm pretty high on this Tigers team coming into the postseason. I wish they had better pitching because outside of Skubal, I really don't know what they're going to do in terms of rotation. I even saw Hinch joked and said that it's Tariq Skubal and then pitching chaos for the rest of the series. And that's really a good way to put it because outside of Skubal, I mean, you look at their rotation in the regular season, Casey Mize, Kyler Montero, Joey Wentz maybe, but nobody you really trusts outside of Tariq Skubal. So for me in this one, I am going to take a shot here at the Tigers on the money line at plus money, backing Skubal, backing the Tigers to get game 1. For me, if they're going to win this series, if they're going to have any shot of winning this series, this is a must win. You have your ace on the bump. He's going to be jacked up for this game. We all know that. He has yet to pitch in the postseason, so it's very exciting for him. And for me, like I said, if the Tigers have any shot at winning this series, you have to get game 1. The pseudo bullpen games they're going to put out there in game 2 and game 3 are going to be tougher for sure, but their bullpen for a majority of the season was actually really good. So I like the Tigers here tomorrow with Skubal on the bump. I like them on the money line. If you want a fun kind of prop that I found on DraftKings, they have one to predict the game winners. So it was Tigers game 1, Astros game 2, Tigers game 3, and it was plus 650, I think. That was something I thought was kind of cool. I sprinkled that a little bit. Just because, like I said, I am pretty high on this Tigers team, at least in the wild card round. I've been pretty unimpressed with the Astros. I know that they rebounded nicely after a bad start to the season. But Framber Valdez, he just hasn't been as good this season. And, I like Hunter Brown a lot. But beyond Hunter Brown, who do they put out there for game 3? I'm not really sure. So, for me, Tigers on the money line here in game 1. Hey guys, I just want to give a quick reminder that new users can bet $5 at FanDuel on any of the bets in this video and win $150 in bonus bets if the bet wins. Now let's get back to the bets. Our next one, the Kansas City Royals taking on the Baltimore Orioles. Cole Ragans versus Corbin Burns. Obviously, I'm an avid Cole Ragans guy. This Baltimore team not exactly setting the world on fire entering the postseason, but it's tough to not want to back them here. What I do like in this matchup, I do like Cole Ragans strikeouts at 5.5. Betting postseason Ks are a little tough, but he gets a really good matchup here in terms of strikeouts. We all know Baltimore against lefties, one of the higher K rate teams in all baseball. And Ragans, similar to most of these guys in the postseason, know that the leash is going to be a little bit tighter in a 3-game series. So typically you'll see these guys kind of reach back, maybe have a little bit of extra juice, just knowing that they're likely not going to go as long. Obviously, if he's pitching well, he would go his normal 6 innings here. But you get a Baltimore team that comes in striking out a ton against lefties, but they're also hitting lefties well on the season. Last 30, though, not so much. Definitely, like I said, entering this postseason on a bit of a lull. So I am concerned for them here. But like I said, I do like Cole Ragans Ks. I do like Baltimore on the money line. Minus 160 is a little steep. So maybe just opt for the Cole Ragans strikeouts or maybe even a reverse player performance double where you take Cole Ragans for 5Ks. And the Orioles money line. I'm sure the reverse correlation that'll probably get you some decent odds as well. The next one on this slate, the New York Mets taking on the Milwaukee Brewers. Luis Severino versus Freddie Peralta. If you watch any of that game 1 of the doubleheader from the Braves Mets, that game was insane. Braves had the lead, Mets took the lead, Braves got the lead back, Mets took the lead. It was just an absolute back and forth. What the postseason's all about. Truly felt like a playoff atmosphere. And I'm really excited to see this Mets team in the postseason. But I'm also pretty high on Milwaukee. So seeing Milwaukee here at home, I love backing Freddie. I think this Mets team, while they obviously are coming off a big win, they had to play game 2, so they played 2 games. Now they got to travel. Go to Milwaukee for a relatively early start. 4:30 after a doubleheader. It's not ideal. So for me in this one, I like the first 5 under. First 5 under sitting at 3.5 right now. It's a bit of a scary number, but like I said, I just really like Peralta to deal. I think Sevy can pitch pretty well against the Milwaukee team. They are a dangerous lineup. We've seen that against righties. They've been well above league average for the season. But Sevy's a guy who, in these big games, he can do this. And so I think that the Mets bats might be a little sleepy. I think that Severino, facing this Milwaukee team, can hold them in check at least, even if he gives up a run or two. I think Freddie likely gives up 0 runs. So I think after the first 5, we see this thing like maybe a 2-0, 1-1 type deal, something like that. But under 3.5 for sure in the first 5.
Wait, before we get back to the picks, I wanted to thank you all for watching. Friends don't let friends watch videos without hitting the like button. So go ahead and press the thumbs up button and like the video. If you're new here and not subscribed, you should go ahead and do so because we're dropping new content each and every day on the Gold Boys Network. We strive to cover every sport and give out picks and analysis and valuable information for free on the Gold Boys Network. So make sure you're subscribed and hit the bell so you can get notified when we drop something new. I'm Brad Thomas. Let's get back to the picks.
The last one on this wild card slate is the Atlanta Braves, taking on the San Diego Padres. So the Braves couldn't start Chris Sale in game 2 of the doubleheader today, and then it came out that Chris Sale will not be available for the wild card series. So this is interesting. I'm assuming they're going to put out Max Fried. It's not confirmed yet, but that's who I'm going to go with, that they're going to go with. Regardless, I like the Padres. This is a brutal spot for the Braves. So play the doubleheader. You had to win game 2 to get in. You had to exhaust quite a bit of your pitching staff because you had to throw out Holmes in game 2. And now you have to travel all the way across the country to play the Padres. Yes, it's a night game, but still, that is a brutal travel spot for a game 1. Michael King, obviously, I actually was surprised he was getting the ball in game 1 here. I thought it would have been Dylan Cease. But hey, Padres are pretty deep in the rotation, so I guess I'm not that surprised, right? So for me here, though, I like Michael King. We don't have a strikeout line yet, but I'm assuming it's going to be like a 5.5 just because of the postseason. So give me the 5 Ks and the Padres money line. I really think that this Padres team is good. They are my pick to win the World Series of the teams in the postseason. So I do like them to get off to a hot start here against the Braves. This Braves team, obviously, as we all know, been striking out a ton on the season. Been a bit inconsistent. The lineup, the bats did seem to get going here towards the end of the season, but I don't know. For me, I'm just not high on this Braves team. They kind of backed their way into the postseason after a rough regular season. And I know people want to, believe in the Braves. And believe me, I like the Braves, but this isn't the year. I wouldn't be surprised if San Diego wins the series 2-0 and just sends the Braves packing early. But like I said, for me here in game 1, Michael King, 5 Ks, and the Padres money line. That does conclude the slate, though. So like I said, 4 games. We will go through the entire postseason. You guys know I've got you covered. Like I said, I gave out a couple future-ish bets. So just to recap those, the first one was the exact winners of the games for the Tigers Astros. It was Tigers game 1, Astros game 2, Tigers game 3. It's plus 650 on DraftKings. I believe it's under series specials. And then World Series pick, the San Diego Padres. So those are my 2 futures. I love both of those. Let's make a whole bunch of money this postseason. As always, I am your guy, Krusty K's. You can get all of my plays, at goldboys.com. If you have a gambling problem, don't want to hurt a gambler. Thank you, guys.